Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, guys? How are you doing? Any news? Any setup I was about to say? Not any news. GJ looks good. Nick, do you see that GJ is at resistance? Has gone too far. GJ has gone too far right now. But GU might be the chance here because GU has more room to push here. Let's see. Let's see. I think if GU doesn't come to this, I'll take GU. Hopefully it doesn't go there. Then it's going to be a little tricky when it comes because we have two zones in between. There's gotta have to be two positions. Your cat? No. Your cat is the last one that we should trade when we have other pairs too. Is the last one. Hey Phil, thank you for asking. I'm good. Let's see. Let's go. GU's coming. GU is coming. GU 4 hour coming from resistance. Where? I mean, look, there's a resistance here, right? We've gone above that. There's this one. We've come. Now, if we look these 4 hour candles, these 4 hour candles have big wicks. These 4 hour candle have big wicks. These are like 25 pip wicks, 25 pip range from where they closed to where they went. Now, how we're gonna decide to take this when 4 hour looks like this? 1 hour is a consolidation box, and there's a zone here which on a 4 hour it doesn't look like. So the 1 hour looks pretty clear, I think. I don't know if there can be a better setup right now, other than we have these two zones in between. That's the only thing. Let's see. Let's see if we have any other setup that might be more convincing. EJ. EJ is a breakout. Nice. Finally, we have a push out of this consolidation. We had one here, resulted in only a 10 pip move, then after the move, a fake out. So we're gonna look for EJ. If we can enter EJ, that would be nice. I don't know if it's gonna give us a retest. That's the problem, because it went too far, and our level is around 600. Unless we're gonna look for a trade at this 700 level. But for me, it would be safer if we come at 600 to make the retest of that whole consolidation box breakout. That's all. Let's see. What about these other? Aussie dollar was pretty nice.
Hey, good morning.
Georgie, good morning. Welcome. Your cat. See the 4 hour. No, let's skip your cat right now. Skibby, you know where I would take your cat is when it breaks the zone here. If it breaks the zone, I'll take your cat, but not here because it's not very clear for me. If I take a trade on your cat, it must be clear as crystal. A good setup. Otherwise, I'm just gonna skip right now.
Sorry if you already did, but did you check GBP USD on the 1 hour?
We talked about that.
Yeah, I was late. Sorry.
No worries. GBP USD, it's coming. Man, gotta make a decision here.
Think it looks good?
It does. It's just 1 hour, 4 hour are not matching with each other. That's the only problem here. Because see, 1 hour is clear. It's a very nice setup. We had a lot of momentum. We have a good bullish candle close. Next zone is in around another 15 pips. So getting 20 pips here, I think it's gonna be easy. Let me see how much the range is here. Yeah, it's around 25, almost 30 pips. It's the only problem on the 1 hour. The problem on 1 hour is that we have two zones. We have these candles where they're closing, and we have these. So when it comes, it might come a little bit deeper, then continue to the upside. On the 4 hour at the other side, we have these candles here. but they've left big wicks. Now it's hard to choose which one we're gonna take. Are we gonna skip because of the 4 hour? I think from what it seems, a very good momentum. I think this can be pretty good.
Maybe we can have two entry points. The first one at the 1 hour level and the second one 4 hour level. And stops below the breakout candle.
We'll see. I'm gonna wait for this to come deeper than the 1 hour level. Okay, G is coming. I think I'm gonna take the risk, take GU, but I'm gonna aim for quick 10 pips maybe, because there's gotta be at least a rejection from this level. Wouldn't make sense to go all the way to the downside. Let's see. Unless it rejects from this level, the first one. I want to see this coming lower. Maybe risk half. That's also a good idea. You can risk half if you want. But it has to come first to see if we will enter. I would suggest to see GA and GN. GA and GN is both too volatile. We don't look at them. We don't trade them actually, because we look at them sometimes. I want to come inside of these two zones, in the middle, let's say at 400. I've heard you should wait for the next candle to close above the previous one, then you enter. We don't trade from what we've heard. I don't know what you've heard. Maybe there's a different strategy. That can be it. Almost 10 pips, wow. I knew that GU is gonna give quick pips because it's a pretty big range. But there's still time, might give us. Where's the thing in the bottom right? Magic keys? Are you asking for magic keys? The one with 3-4 colors? Then it's not done yet. It's not done yet. I should come lower. I think GBPPR is gonna make some pullbacks. Then we might see some more continuation. It's only 12 minutes in the new candle, so I think we have plenty of time until the next hour. Yeah, it is a tool for trading. Magic keys. You have the link in description. You can click on that and go see how it looks like and what's it for. GU is coming. It needs to come lower. I would enter here, guys, but there's a pretty big range here. It's a 10 pip range. We should enter at least in a 5 pip range because 10 pips is too big. If it comes lower, that's gonna be a 10 pips drawdown. If you know what I'm saying. And 10 pips drawdown is too much. Can't allow that. At least we're gonna enter in a 5 pip range, which means around 400. I know it can reject from here too, but it's just the range is too big to enter here. It's too early for me. Stop loss, let's see, if we enter at 400, 420, stop loss 15 pips below the breakout candle, I think would make sense here, around here. EU is good also when it makes the retest, but I think it's already done. This might have been the retest. I don't know if it's gonna come. It looks too far right now. Come on, GU, just a little lower. Give us the trade. Still too far. Needs to come lower. Do you recommend a standard account or row spread account? I don't know. I don't use either of them. Maybe guys that use one of them, tell him which one is better. It's coming. It's coming. 7 pips. Guys, I think you could enter now one position. And if it comes lower, you can enter a little bit more. I didn't enter yet. Hope I don't miss this. No, GU, wrong way. I'm just waiting for a little bit lower, just a little bit lower. And then I will enter. Okay, I'm buying now. Okay, we are in. Let's see how it goes. Stop loss is below here, below the breakout candle. It might come a little deeper. You might take another position. So we are officially in buys right now. Can you see your positions? Here we go. Can you see it? We are on buys. Okay. Are you in full? Only took a position. I could say not full. Not like yesterday full. I'm full now. See how it goes. It's coming deeper. Interesting. Interesting. It's coming deeper. Let's see. Should we put it? Oh yeah. In the call trade room, yes. Almost forgot. It came pretty deep actually now. Let's see, I have another position lower here. I'll keep it to my original one, the first one. What's wrong, guys? What's wrong? Why so many spam messages? Don't buy, don't buy. We have reasons to believe that we're gonna have some more continuation. If you guys don't like it, don't take it. It's you're not obligated to do the same. This is what we do every day. So this is based on our trading style. We had two zones we didn't enter here. C would be too early. Look at the drawdown we would have been. Even we waited for a deeper pullback and we still have a little bit of a drawdown. but it's coming lower. It's not a good thing that we're coming this low in this first 20 minutes. Do we have any news? If it comes where the previous candle started, that's not a good thing. We need a rejection now. Guys, if you are scared because of one trade, then you're doing something wrong. Because if you use the same risk in every trade, you're not going to be scared, okay? Because this is just another trade. Consider this as just another trade and wait for the results. You only trade 1 hour? Yes, 1 hour, 4 hour, no lower than 1 hour. Jack, IC Market is not stopping offering that. You have to change entity. You have to go with global. You have the chance to switch, okay? Go to IC Markets page when there's your account and see there. You have the chance to do that. You're still gonna have the leverage you want to trade in. Let's go GU, let's go. Start to push now. Give us something. Was not good that came too deep. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Sometimes it comes deeper. It might even be a fake out, but it was a very good setup to be a fake out. That wouldn't make sense. When I'm gonna close, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much we can get here. We have a good range to fill if you look at it on the left. If we fill this first one, that would be epic. That would be already epic if we fill the first one. Then we have another one. If we fill the whole range, that's pretty crazy. Well, let's see. We're gonna go to with 1-to-1 risk reward first, aiming for 1%. Then we'll see. Let's go. Take profit is whenever we are pleased and whenever we see that something might go wrong and we have to secure profits, that's when we take profits. It's up to you. It depends from a setup to another setup. I'm curious how to like get into these nice retest trades without worrying about fake outs. People fear for the next candle, but I don't want to do that. Well, how to get? It's easy. You just enter when it's making the retest. You saw yesterday, you see today. I mean, there's always going to be a small chance that it might be a fake out, but uh, how are the chances? Chances are higher for more continuation. Then you don't need to be worried for a fake out. We have to go with the mindset of wanting to win the trade, not thinking how could this be a fake out. Just think how could this be a nice win. Then if there's going to be signs that it might be a fake out, that's when you should start to worry. But before that, there's no need. Yeah, second position is in profit, but first one not yet. We had a big range, and also we had a deeper retest than we even thought that's going to be. So needs to push now. We'll see. Little by little is climbing up. It's only the first 30 minutes, so we have another 30 for this trade to continue.
Good morning, good morning.
Jerome, good morning.
Ça, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
I hear we're talking about the battle between fear and greed. Not fearing too much, but not being too greedy either.
Yeah, we had some people that were scared a bit. Of course, you get scared a bit when you see price pushing that way, but without dropping, you won't get that retest. That's like common sense. So you got to be able to deal with that small push that happens to the downside against you, maybe.
Everyone gets emotional when it's about money.
Of course.
As much as I'd like to not believe it, it's how it is.
Everyone who trades real money is going to be some emotions at least. So unless you're a demo or unless you have a lot of experience, you're not going to be very emotionless in the market, because experience has that own thing. And the fact that you've dealt with these kind of situations for a long time, it doesn't really affect you.
And I think it'd be tough to be in this industry if, for the long term, if you're not capable of suffering a little bit of a drawdown, such as this.
Yeah, there are strategies that would require seeing a lot bigger drawdown, and this is nothing basically. Like, all we have as a drawdown most of the time is 10 to 20 pips. I mean, we rarely take a full loss as like a 20 pip loss. We rarely take it, because most of the time we're either gonna cut it short or take a 15 pip maybe loss. Like this one here, this one a 15 pip stop loss, I think so. Let me check. Yeah, like 15 pips, 14, 15 pips. Not even 20. So making 15 pips back, it's much easier than making 30 or 40 or 100 pips. Like
especially with that second entrance.
Yeah.
Because that second entrance was even lower.
So yeah, second entry was around 4 pips lower than the first one, because we had the whole 10 pip range in between this and this zone. So we entered the first in a 5 pip range, and then the other one a little lower. So still good. Thing is, we have a pretty good range to fill to the upside. Doesn't matter how this candle is, because next one can go all the way to the upside and fill the range. Because it doesn't make sense to have a whole pullback unless there's something happening before having a pullback to the upside, because we should respect this. Look how many times we came here, we respected this level. Now out of nowhere, just going straight to the downside until unless something affected that, there's no reason for that to happen.
If you ever get nervous for a trade, just listen to his voice. He'll calm us all down.
It's just I just treat every single trade the same. As long as I do this, I'm never gonna be worried. I'm never gonna be worried. Just treat every trade the same. It's just gonna be another trade for you.
And there will be another one tomorrow as well. So
Yeah. Like, we started with a small loss, we came back pretty nice with a good win, and we didn't make any panic. We stayed the same. We just treated it as another trade. Didn't matter, we started with a loss and we made it back pretty easy. Why? Because we only took like 3-4 pip loss, so that was like the easiest job to do, to make it back.
if you have the emotional control and calm. Because otherwise you can, if your first loss becomes bigger than it should be and stuff like that, becomes tougher to catch up. But if you think about it correctly, like you're explaining here.
Yeah, I'm thinking of deleting closing the early position here and leaving only the good position in.
How much percent is the first one compared
The
with the
first
second
one,
one?
I have like 3 pips in profit on the first one, and the second one is 6 pips.
And how much in terms of risk is it per trade?
This trade should be like 1.5% of risk, I think.
Okay. And is the first trade or the second one the one with the most?
So let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna close the worst position.
Just take the profit, lower risk.
I'm going to close the first position, and I'm leaving the best position, which is at let me see the price, 399, 399 around here.
I got 1% and I'm out.
Very
Ooh,
nice.
that's nice. Nice rejection. Let's go. Have almost 1%. We got 9 pips, almost 10. Let's see. We have much more room to push to the upside.
And there's 25 more minutes on this hour.
Yeah, guys, like I said, there's gonna be at least a 10 pip move here. It's gonna be at least a 10 pip move. It was pretty good. Let's see if it goes to 500. A nice 1% is welcomed here. Let's see, we got like 10 pips, but I didn't close. I wanted to come higher, sorry. Let's go. This should go more. Should continue more. At least at 600, yeah. At least the term bullish ones. Or this could wait like this and next candle push. But anything can happen. There's plenty of time. So we don't want to rush it or anything. Just wait. You saw, are you recommended to close 1-to-1? Yeah, close 1-to-1 risk reward. go, Gio. Let's go. It should go bullish. I'll be back in a minute. If you talk, know that I'm not here. Just a minute. Okay, back.
For those who are in the GJ cell, or I think there's some people on the YouTube who took a GJ trade, or I'm not sure which side they took, but Japan just announced a state of emergency to run through February 7th. So if you're in that trade, take that into account.
Let's go, GJ. G, not G. You might wait for the next candle, but we should be done now. If this goes bullish in this hourly candle, that would be crazy, because next candle would push even more. Bitcoin is just flying, making new highs every day. It's pretty crazy. We have 20 minutes left. So yesterday GCAT moved in the last 7 minutes. So you know it. You know that we can have the move on last minutes. We're in profit anyway, but we want a bigger move. So
We want more profit.
we want more.
Nice. Some people hit 45 pips on their GJ.
Nice.
For me, it was coming to another zone, or it was rejecting from another zone when it came down for the retest, though.
Yeah, that's why we skipped DJ. Because we had like a zone here. Plenty of rejections, but very good. I think all GBP pairs were meant to make a pullback and then continue. And you happen to make a deeper one. We still got rejected though, and I think still it should continue. But it's a matter of time now to tell us what's gonna happen.
And that was an early trade still. Maybe the second one come
Yeah, it
today.
came pretty deep. I thought once it passes the breakout candle, it's gonna be too risky, but it didn't. It didn't. So we're good now. We are in peace.
Especially with that top one out. The first trade that was a little bit at a worse price.
Come on, Gio, come on.
Who is playing with his microphone?
Jerome is playing. No, he's not playing, he's just doing something.
Oh, was that me? Can you hear that? It was me closing my pen or opening my pen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sorry.
No problem.
I didn't know it picked that up.
Let's take a look at the news. We have a news coming up in 45 minutes. Yeah, 45 minutes we have some news on GBP, and we have to be done by then. We need to be done by then. We have 15 minutes left.
And there's some Euro news in 10 minutes, and then the Euro is clear.
Let's see, it's back at entry, but yeah, I don't mind if it stays like this, as long as it stays above, because we can still have a chance for continuation on the next candle, because it's a pretty big range to go all the way bullish, you know. It's enough to leave a wick, a next candle to close above, and next candle then to push. So, other than that, we have a speech in 5 hours. High impact USD, ADP employment change, some Euro news. We're not that without any news. We're gonna have some, but later on. Except this Euro news and this GBP news, which says it's low impact, but you never know.
And as Weston also said in the chat, there's the election going on in Georgia right now, and I believe they've suspended the counting of votes until 8 a.m. in Georgia. But then after that, we'll find out if the Dems took back both, or basically took back the Senate or not, because they normally should have won one of the two seats, and if they win both of them in Georgia, then they take back the Senate, and then Biden's policies become a lot more easy to implement, and it becomes a lot easier to take away some of the things that were implemented in the last 4 years.
So not everything is done in USA.
Exactly. After this one and today, I believe they also confirm the president. They Mike Pence has to officially give the electoral votes to Biden. So that should be the symbolic end of that. But they're also planning protests and stuff. And I know they've been asking people to go to DC, and they're starting caravans of Trump supporters to go to DC, and they're trying to bring as many firearms with them as possible and stuff. So it's going to be an interesting couple days still. It's not done yet, but today with the Georgia vote, that should be the end of the Senate for a while, for the Senate votes. So that should be a bit more calm, and then tomorrow we'll find out how much these protests, or how much these or what basically what's going to go on with the whole Biden transition, and if Trump leaves, or if it's going to be a bit more complicated.
Yeah, let's see. GU, what are you doing? What are you doing, GU? Why a pullback at this time? I mean, we're having a deeper pullback again, and we are coming close to the next hour. So now it's going to be important if it's going to close above or not, because it's coming to question that, since it came too deep. We're going to see. I'm going to see last 10 minutes. If we don't close above, we might cut some losses short. We'll see how the close is gonna be, because that's what's important. We didn't have that continuation we wanted after the retest, because there was a lot of bullish momentum, and then the whole pullback, it wasn't good. But waiting. Did we make a mistake that we didn't secure a 10 pips?
Came very, very quick, but probably, or our chance for exit at the time was very small, but so we would have had to be very quick on it, but probably we should have taken something,
Yeah, because we don't want to make that mistake when we want to be too greedy, and the trade passes on, makes that retest, that we make that move that it's expected to do at least, then we get nothing. That's pretty bad for us. But it's not a problem when it gives you 10 pips and there's nothing on the left, so you don't have a reason to close. But when we get 20 pips and you have a reason, then you should secure. Maybe we made a mistake, but no, let's see. it is what it is. It's gone on. Now you need to wait. Depends. This hour soon close. We have 8 minutes, and we're not seeing good signs. So even if it closes like this, we might wait for a pullback, but then we are close below this one, so that becomes a problem. That becomes the problem unless we have a big pullback in the last 7 minutes like yesterday, because we had two zones in between, and if we close above this here but below this, the next candle comes and it's at resistance. That's what's tricky. Call on GU, 7 minutes left, make a whole pullback like yesterday.
Or that GCAD, the one, it did it after us, after we left it.
Come on, GU, reject, because that wouldn't be a good close at all.
I took a trade yesterday. I have 1,500 pip profit. I'm joking. I bought my first stock.
What was it?
I bought Amazon. I bought just one lot.
Hope it flies.
Thank you. We'll see. Yeah. It's more of a couple month thing, so.
Yeah, long term.
Exactly. But it's just fun to see that it's 1,500 pips. So when you compare it to FOREX, it sounds really big.
Call on GU. I'll leave a big wick. If it closes above entry, that would be the nicest close we could get. But a close like this doesn't make things better. Let's go. 5 minutes left. Give us a rejection. A close like this doesn't give me hopes. That's what I want to say. We might have a small pullback after, but not a good thing. Not a good thing. And the way it's pushing, last minutes can also push to the downside. So don't forget that. It can be either way.
It'd be a fake out.
It just doesn't make sense the way candles were forming, but let's see. We have another 5 minutes left to see the outcome. Once it closes above, if it does, then there's 1 more hour to wait. But as I said, we'll see what we're gonna do, because we have this too. This one on the left. Downtrend GBP. Where do you see that downtrend on GBP? Because I don't see a downtrend. It's bullish as hell. Three minutes left. 3 minutes left, and we don't have anything to be very sure of, because this is pretty weak close. I mean, we're closing above, but don't like it. I think we're gonna have a pullback, and we'll see. We'll see. I would like a close where our entry is. That's where I would like a close. So the next one can push higher. Because see, if we close like this now, next candle should come all the way here, and that should be the first target for us now. Because we're in between two zones. And this close is not good at all. Because, you know what's the problem now? The next candle can also make a boom, a wick, and then push up. And that's not going to do any favors to us. And it's about to pass the previous candle. And next candle is going to stop us. Shitty situation. Come on, you reject. Yeah, as it looks like, not big hopes for some continuation right now. There's just hopes of going to break even or taking a small loss. We got 10 pips, we didn't take it, and I am stopped. I'm stopped, guys. Took a loss here. Took a loss here. No, guys. Don't make this too much difficult. Manipulation, this and that. It might have been, this election on Georgian, so could have been have effect on USD. But it was our fault also too, because we didn't secure at 10 pips. We had a chance. Anyway, we gotta deal with that. We have a loss, we're gonna make it back. Gonna make it back, no worries. So let me see. Why did this happen? The election might have had an effect, but it's not that we had we didn't have a rejection, so we can say, you know, when it's affected by some kind of news or something, you see a straight move, right? You see a straight move,
Also
and here we didn't have a straight move. We got a rejection, we got a pullback. It went like even more than 10 pips actually, because it went 10 pips from a worse position for us. So we didn't take profits, that's our fault, and we got a loss at the end. We might have the pullback now, but it's too late because it came too low. So yeah, we're gonna wait for another setup and see if we can make it back. Right now Right now, I don't know if we have a setup.
Also, I noticed somebody said in the chat that normally with the U.S. elections, it should be a bullish dollar, but it should actually be a bearish dollar if the House change or if the Senate changes, because it means that Biden can pass more stimulus easier. So they already want to make a $2,000 check instead of a 600. So there would be more money being printed, and there would be more money being given out, basically. So that means there would be a weaker dollar in the short term, if you think that's the effect and everything, and if you think that's what's moving the market at the moment.
EJ. EJ, if we want to take EJ, we gotta wait for the 4-hour. We gotta wait. We gotta wait for the 4-hour if we want to take a trade here on EJ. See, CAD JPY. It's rejecting. This could be a next trade also when we have a break above, if we're gonna have. The rejection started when the vote was called for a Democrat. Yeah, it might be. It might be, who knows. Right now, nothing much right now. Oh, Euro GBP. No, I don't trust this pair, even though it looks good, but not for me. Imagine GU now going all the way up, but remember, now we are at a resistance. If somebody is still in who doesn't use a stop loss, you have the chance now to exit. Unfortunately, yeah, didn't meet our expectations. Can the 4-hour be a reason of it? It might be, but we had a very good setup here. And we even got a rejection, but yeah. Now they're gonna cry about it, move on, because we're gonna get another good setup soon. In this hour, I don't really see one, but I'm gonna keep an eye if we're gonna get something or not. It might not happen this hour, it might happen the next hour, you never know.
And if somebody over leveraged or put too much risk on this trade, just remember that when there's a signal like this or when there's a trade like this, that it's not saying that this is the next one's gonna be the winner. It's just saying that out of the next 100, we know that 70% or whatever are gonna be winners. So that doesn't mean that this next one is the one that you should put more risk on, or that the next one is more important than any of the others. Because if now GU goes to the moon, it's just how we manage the trade, and it's going to happen another time, and it's going to happen the other way as well when we make great risk management or great trade entries and stuff like that. So don't risk too much on one, so you can't risk the same amount on another. Just try to risk a small amount, like a 1% that you can deal with, and never over risk, basically.
Nick, personally, I don't like EuroCAD. There's too many zones in EuroCAD. I don't really trust it. GU coming all the way up. No. Why are you running?
I mean, technically it broke back in 10 pips, so this could be a retest as well the other way. So depending on which way you want to see it, it's doing something always. That's why the markets are there. and that's why people lose money on it every day.
I don't regret for not for using a stop loss or anything, because this could have gone all the way to the downside. You know, we
It can
have to
go so
remember.
quickly that it never gives you the chance to go out, and then you're feeling, and then if you're not out at that point, you're going to be like, oh, I should have been out at that point, what do I do now? And then if
Yeah,
you hesitate at that moment, it can just keep going down. It enters you enter into a very and in terms of risk, how do you calculate the amount of risk that you're actually taking on that trade? So it opens a can of worms, as they say.
yeah, guys. If you're in and you closed now, I think you took a big risk. You know, what if it would make a big drop? Because we've seen that happen many times, and it would be too risky to do that. It would be too risky, but always up to you. I better have a loss here from what I expect than an unexpected loss, which can be way bigger than I could imagine. And when you go deep in a loss, you don't then you try to still stay, because there's going to be hopes after that it might come back and might continue the same way all day long. So you might never get the chance to close then.
Becomes a trade of hope rather than logic.
What if GU closes back above again?
Well, I guess that if it does, we would want to at least to break the high of the one that we just tried to. No,
We
like of the.
we have news now. Don't forget.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be affected a lot by the news, because the news says
should
that's
be
medium.
Exactly. I mean, we'll find out anyway, and then we'll just adapt when it comes out. Also, if somebody ever thinks that it's impossible for you to lose your trade because you have the most perfect trade ever, just go on financialjuice.com and just scroll down, and you'll realize that there's so much going on and there's so much that affects this market that your trade idea could be the best in the world, but there's like a new big, or there's a news headline every second coming out and about different things, and it's very easy for one of those to be a big one time and to affect your trade or something. And it's very possible that a lot of those affect your trade. So no matter how good your trade idea is, you're always to some extent dependent on the market to act how you want. And it's never in your control. It's in the control of these thousands of variables that are happening at the same time, or millions even of variables happening at the same time. So never get too cocky.
You know what I saw right now? I used a very small stop loss.
Because of I was thinking of that, and that's why I was thinking maybe the entrance could have been a bit better lower, around this 3635 level, and then we could have had a bit of a better stop loss.
No, the second entry we had was good, and
yeah, the second
I checked my position now, and it was only 13.7 pips, not even 15 pips.
It closed below the breakout candle would have caused some anxiety, though, right?
Yeah, of course. Of course, but we could survive the pullback. We could survive to at least come at our entry, so we could close small or close at break even. Now I realized I used a small stop. Yeah, what can we do?
For the next 300 days, your trading will be better now.
Oh man, we have a whole year ahead. Like,
Exactly.
I'm aiming on the copy trader to go like 20-30% in a matter of months. We'll see. Now we have a retest with this loss, then there's gonna be some continuation. Yeah. GU failed us, and still going same directions. Our bias were good, but the movement was silly, not as we expected. Deeper pullbacks, because it just didn't make sense to continue down. I mean, the 4 hour was still good. It made a new high above the previous one. We got a lot of rejections. 1 hour was a great breakout. Couldn't be better. I mean, unless you counted this as another support. But it's a shame because we can have a whole move to the upside now. We gotta see how this 1 hour closes. Maybe gives us another chance. Who knows?
But if this closes like really bullish and people after the stream go off and are like FOMO, like, oh man, I'm going to stay in the next trade because of that GU trade, don't let that go like that, because that's only going to be a losing mentality as well at some point. So if we miss this one and there's some FOMO, and especially after the stream, because I know that Sayed's going to remain pretty calm here, but I know for afterwards that it's maybe not the same thing, and it's happened to me before. Just remain calm, and there will be another day, and there will be better trades, and we'll be here for the next years, hopefully. So don't have too much FOMO from this trade, because the trade idea was right doesn't mean that the next trade ideas that we get will be right no matter what.
Yeah, Beto, you might be right. The stop loss could have been a bit bigger maybe, because we didn't use a 20 pip stop loss.
I mean, now we might get a 4-hour breakout, but then it looks kind of like a rejection to that 365 zone.
Thing is, now, however it closed, we have this 2 here. So we're gonna need the same close as the first breakout to be sure of the trade, right? Because when I saw this breaking both zones, that was like a immediate decision to take it, because there's no better breakout. But now we're in the middle of these 2. In order to have the same setup we had before, we're gonna need to go all the way and close at the same level here, then take the pullback. But if that happens, we should take the positions on the first level, because that's if we get full pullback to the upside, a close, it's only gonna make a small pullback for more continuation. And I don't, you see, you can't imagine another candle coming all the way down to make a retest deeper in the second zone. So this should be level of the retest, then all the way to the upside. But let's see, everything can happen. Had two positions with 15 pips loss, so basically 30 pip loss. So for me, it was a reasonable stop. It's not a 30 pips loss because you can risk 1% and open 3 positions, and they can all be 20 pips stop loss. That's 60 pips, but it's just 1%. The pips doesn't matter how many positions you have. You have to count the risk you risk. The risk you use for a trade. Positions doesn't matter. You can split 10 positions and can still be just 1% trade. You don't count all pips of the positions. It's like entering GBP and entering 10 positions, and 10 positions go to 20 pips, but it's only 1%, let's say. So you didn't make 100 pips, you just made 1%. Because I've seen some people, they take a trade and take 10 positions and say, see, we caught like 200 pips in one trade, but there was only a 20 pip move. If you see some signal group and it says 10,000 pips per month, you should know that that's how they count the pips.
What I've also seen with some is that they, for some long-term fundamental traders, is that they cash out lots of small trades in the meantime, but they've got like some huge trades on their account that are just staying there in like huge drawdown, and they just leave that for months. But because it's not officially cashed out, they don't officially call it as a loss.
Yeah.
So they're technically winning, but they're in drawdown of like 20 times what they made basically. And then there's some people who also make who throw out like a signal every 5 minutes, who are like buy gold, sell gold, buy gold, and then of course one time they win, and then you miss that one, and then they put more every time that they go for the next trade. There's some crazy things out there basically.
Yeah, there's so many crazy things. There's some memes. If you don't use a stop loss, you don't lose. Basically, unless you have a big account and you just throw 0.01 lot, you're never gonna lose.
Never gonna lose.
Yeah, you don't use stop loss, you don't lose.
Not gonna win, but don't think about that.
Not using the stop loss can work 1 time, 2 times, but it's not a long-term thing because you might get punished easily.
Exactly, the time that it bites you is the time that's gonna hurt. And this GU has an ugly close, so if we're not a close, we're still 40
might
minutes
probably
away.
close like this, then have some continuation to the downside. We'll see. Can you check GA for me? Of course, Phil. Let's take a look at GA for you. What do you want to do here? Because I don't see much history. I don't see much history here. I'll skip this because I don't see anything good.
If it consolidates around here and creates more levels, it'll be interesting.
GJ made a nice retest and continuation. Interesting. EJ, more continuation too. what are our choices here? On CAD JPY we have two levels. It's a little bit tricky here. It's a little bit tricky. I don't know if we're gonna take CAD JPY. Your CAD is, I think, to resistance right here. Is it US dollar too high? It's not coming back. Not much structure on NZD US dollar. USD Mexican pesos. Let's buy USD Mexican pesos. It looks good. We have support. We have a fake out here. It closed back in the range. Probably gonna have some more continuation.
Also for Gregory, who's making some comments in the chat, you're always your own trader. No one's ever going to take a trade for you or tell you to not take one or to take one. People are just saying what they are taking and what they would or would not. At the end of the day, you take your own choices. And GU seems to be rejecting now anyway, so it wouldn't have been a great trade.
This could be the retest for continuation to the downside.
So I think he wanted to take a buy, but just a bit lower on a fib retracement level. But anyway.
See my EJ chart. Let's take a look at your EJ chart. Doesn't matter if it's a win or loss. We all lose, but we should win more than when we lose. Okay.
I think on Wix Don't Lie, I think people only send their winning trades. I have the feeling there's like 1% that's actually losing trades from the trades that are sent through, and I feel like that's not representative of the amount of losing trades that are taken by the community.
No one wants to be seen as a loser.
Exactly, but that's not the whole point of sending it through. Is to get the analysis plain and simple. Win or loss.
Okay, candle broke and closed above 1 hour resistance. 15-minute candle closed bearish, broke the low. If this candle closes bearish and breaks the wick of the previous candle, I'll enter position. Candle closed. Look, I don't really know what to say about this because it's not my style of trading. I don't trade based on if it breaks a wick here or a wick there. It's just, for me, it's not the way I trade.
I think that's like a Wix Don't Lie trade.
Yeah, I can't give a review on this because it's not a way I trade. I don't know what happens when it breaks this wick. I mean, I focus on breaking zones. Thing is, you're looking for sells on EJ when all time frames are bullish. You have 1 hour all the way bullish. You have 4 hour bullish, daily bullish, and you went for sells. It's a counter trade. That's what counter trend trade. That's what I see here, and that's always risky. Going against the trend is always risky.
And I believe this was also a 15-minute trade. And given the fact that it was counter trend, I think even Raja would say that you would want more confirmations on the 30, or you would want some support to be made, and then you would want that support to be broken on the 30-minute.
No, that should have been a buy.
Exactly. He would have had a bias to go for a buy for sure, but even if you were looking for the sell, you would have needed a lot more confirmations.
Because even if it's a low time frame, let's say created some support, it's ready to push up, let's say. But every strategy going against the trend is never good, whatever strategy it is. Jerome is the other guy that's talking. On YouTube, he's the tune master, or was your
Exactly.
tune master. You guys have seen him before on YouTube.
I was the annoying person talking the whole time. Asking a billion questions in the chat. Still do. Best way to grow.
Trend is your friend. True, very true. But not everyone wants to be friends with the trend.
I mean, it also looks really cool when you get the perfect swing trade. So I guess that gives people the audacity to go search for that, for those perfect swing trades where you're exactly at the swing.
Yeah, it feels nice to have a sell on the top and see a whole pullback, but rarely happens.
Exactly.
It's got to be a lot of experience maybe doing that, because it's not that it doesn't work, but it's a thing that needs a lot of experience, and it doesn't need to be traded every day. It's not a thing that you trade every day. I've seen big traders that, let's say, sell high and buy low, but they don't do it every day. They don't do it every day. They do it once in a month or two. But when they do
Exactly.
it, it's going to be a big position. They put big money. But we're way behind them. They know much more than us. And what do people do here? They try to do it every day. Every time goes to the upside, hits a big resistance, we try to sell, and we get caught then every time. But no, they have a different approach. They do the same thing, but they do it on certain times. Probably they know when to pull the trigger.
And also, even Uncle Ted says that it's always best to be second best. So even that shows, even when you're on the top of your game in a certain strat, that even then you're still looking to be the second best and let the institutions take their money and show you the way and show their cards before taking your trade.
Yeah.
And it also brings around the question that Raj also sometimes brings up about how long it takes between your winning trades. So to not overtrade, to think about it like if you're really winning your trades, how much time do you think is between your trades? And like you were saying before, if there's a trade, or if your trading style is really taking those tops and the bottoms, the time between trades is very long, and you can't have a short time frame then in between your trades, because that's just how it's going to be if you want to win.
Thing is, let's say GBP US dollar. If someone would try to sell here, you would catch this once, but there's going to be a lot of times other when you're going to get catched and get burned. So it's just about knowing when to do that, and it's tough. So we go with a secure way. We either wait for the breakout Because like selling high and buying low, there's a 50-50% chance. Then when you say, okay, if it's a 50-50% chance, I want to wait for one more thing that it's going to put this 50% higher. Let's make it 70%, let's say, because there's a much higher probability. Then what do you need? You need a breakout, right? So is it safer to sell or just wait for the breakout? Because once it breaks, that 50% already goes higher. Then you have a much higher probability trade. And when you have a proven strategy, that percentage is even higher after that. Yeah, everything needs experience, even break and retest. uh, I have a lot of experience on break and retest, and I'm doing a lot more. And I'm just saying that if if nothing weird happens in the market, it's just gonna be the way that I'm gonna trade until the end of my career. Of course, it's gonna be adjustments maybe, because you never know what can happen on the future. You may have to adjust with the whatever market does to adapt. But I think it's always going to be something like this: a breakout, a retest. There's going to be maybe small changes here and there, but the basic things is going to be there.
And for those asking themselves how you could also get that experience without losing money, the way is back testing and simulating. And especially, I bet a lot of people also watching here today, they spend a lot of time on the charts, maybe listening to these YouTube videos, but not doing very much analysis, perhaps just waiting for things, just waiting for signals or stuff like that. And it's good during your day if you notice there's nothing setting up on the charts, or and you've got a little bit of free time, maybe you do a little bit of back testing. You can either go on TradingView and just go back like to last year on a pair that you like and that you want to trade this year, and just basically play the candles out candle by candle and be like, would I enter here or not? And then tell yourself yes or no, and then put in the paper trade, and then see how it plays out. If you want to take it a step further, you write down the results and you write down what was going good and bad. And you can have a little Excel sheet where you can keep your data points as well. And that sort of stuff gives you confidence in order to not take trades where maybe you would have had FOMO because you saw it play out so many times in your backtesting, you know it wouldn't work out for you normally. Or it would give you the confidence to hold trades a little longer, perhaps, that you know are doing well and that are already giving you some pips now, but you could be like, through my backtesting I saw that these normally give you more pips, so maybe I'll hold on a little bit longer. But basically the backtesting and the simulating will give you experience that in a cheaper way. You can otherwise wait for paper trades, but that can take very long, and the amount of proper paper trades you will take won't be as many during a day, because you can just go through the candles. You can go through an hour in a second if you want. So of course there's emotional differences there, but it can still help you focus on your strat and see if you like your strat or not.
People don't spend too much time backtesting because they want straight to go to the money, straight winning. But it's better to gain the skill first, then put the money on the line.
Exactly. If you have a decent amount of experience, like 6 months or something, or like 3-4 months, then at least, and that's a minimum, then maybe you can start already doing more live stuff. But even then, there's no way that you can take the same amount of paper trades during a real day, even like looking at old pairs. Then you could focus on one pair, looking at one strategy, and just that deep dive into that strategy would be very rewarding for yourself, especially if you're doing something that's not really tested. If you're trying to go your own way, especially, then it's a very key element. And then of course there's emotional differences. That's why maybe simulating slightly better, because you can slowly go through the candles and kind of have that emotional stress as well. But otherwise, I think backtesting is free already, and it's very easy to do on TradingView. So why not? Would be my suggestion. Do it at least a couple hours a week.
Yeah, simulator sessions are very good. It doesn't matter if you're profitable. it doesn't matter. You still have to do back testing. Sometimes there's going to be a bad week. You lose some confidence, right? So doing some back testing just going to bring back that confidence a little bit, and also just refresh some things for you, because it just shows you how good the strategy can be. But there are times when there's going to be tough, of course, and you just know that these period of times are just temporary, and you know that most of the time you're gonna have plenty of opportunities. Look, guys, unless you spend a whole year of break and retest, you're not gonna know how good it is. You're not gonna know how good it is. On the group, a lot of people that were from with me since the beginning know that. We've had weeks of trading without a loss, like 3, 4 weeks, and there could be a loss or two. Then we would have another 2, 3 weeks like that. Uh, Unless you have a full year of experience, you're not gonna know how good it is. Because most of you can be like 3, 4 months in, maybe even a year. And if you are a full year, you know how good it is. If you go only from the live streams, because we've been trading way ahead before the live streams, because live streams were started later on. But even if you only look the live streams, you would look how many wins we took, and all these trades were taken live on the YouTube. You can just count them. You can't even count them because there's so many wins. I started counting someday, and I didn't even go like 2, 3 weeks, and there were already so much, and I stopped. There's no point of counting them.
Now it's all on the copy trader anyway.
Yeah. Copy trader also started like 3 months ago. We did pretty well, slowly, and the point is, we started the copy trading on the worst time ever. Like when there was so many fundamental things, COVID, elections, Brexit, like everything that can be possible that was happening, and we still managed to do a lot of good trades. So it's good days are coming. I'm gonna be sure of that. Just remember when 3, 4 months go by, you're gonna remember this day. Backtesting is good, but someone said you should do it live. What is your look? Backtesting, you can do it on simulator session, simulator, or you can do it on TradingView. I said even there's no point of going a demo. That's right. Don't go on demo, don't go on live. Backtest your strategy. Once you have a strategy, you can start with a small account, let's say. You can start to apply the strategy in a small account and use, let's say, small 0.01 lots. Just invest some money that you're not bothered to lose, because you're in a process of testing something. Let's say if you want to feel the emotions that go on when you enter a trade and these kind of things. But before that, you need a strategy. You need to have something that you're going to trade based on.
And talking about that, if you are starting to trade, what I would have given myself as advice would have been to use 20% of what I was willing to put into trading take 20% of that and have fun at the beginning, because you're definitely, that 20% is going to be tough to keep. And even if you lose 80% of that 20%, it's better than losing 80% of what you wanted. So if it's your first account, it's very unlikely for you to be successful right away, and that's the path and the way it works. So I would only use 20% of whatever you wanted to invest into the trading. I would just take that by 5 already, divide it by 5, and think about using that maybe, because it's kind of also like a sport, like it's muscle memory, but and it's pattern recognition in this case, and just seeing these things over and over and over again, it's going to give you a better feeling when you see the right things over and over again, and then it'll become more obvious to you on the screen when the perfect setup does come into play. And also, I've said this one before, but I kind of like it, is that, would you rather bet on yourself today or in like 6 months or in a year? Especially if it's your first couple months of trading, who would you rather bet on? The trader you are today, or the trader you're going to be in a couple months? And I think the answer to that is kind of obvious. I know it's tougher to think about that in the little moments when the trade's kind of going the way that you thought it was going to go, and your plan seems to be perfect and everything's going right. But that's the game, and if you can control those emotions and keep them to a minimum, and keep the logic to a maximum, and try to listen to the advice that many people are giving, there's a reason that these people are giving that advice. So try to take it, and don't try to take their losses almost like your losses, because the only reason I think we're giving this advice is because we took those losses. So it's a lot easier for us to say it now with that experience, with that burn. So we're just trying to say it to help others avoid that same pain that we had.
Yeah, I mean, people are lucky because we try to tell them to avoid some things we did before, and it's a lot more easier because there would be a lot of losses that I took. If I would knew that could be avoided, I would avoid it. And if you guys are now being told that this can lead to this, then you can avoid doing that. So we have plenty of examples, and I think it's much more easier for you guys. It's much more easier because some people had to find some things by only trying them, by only doing them, and you don't even have to do them because you have plenty of examples what happens. And yeah, there's a lot of things. Experience is a very, very good thing. It's going to teach you guys a lot of things. Let's wait. We're talking too much because we don't have much to do.
If we could be trading, we would want to be. Trust us.
Yeah. We would like to be in a trade right now, but we don't have any. We don't have any. Right now, it's a bit quiet.
Like this
It's
is how
quiet.
we make our money too. If there was money on the table right now, we would be keeping a close eye on it.
Yeah. What I could say, maybe EJ could be a trade, but the thing is, if there's gonna be a 4-hour breakout, I wouldn't like to see this candle pushing above the previous ones, because if we want to retest on a 4-hour now, there's gonna have to be a pullback all the way here, and I would like that, because if it comes all the way here, it might come all the way here too, then reject to the upside. So gonna be a tough decision. USD CHF. Okay. Cami, USD CHF. We don't trade this, but I'm gonna look it for you. What do you see here? Because I don't see much. If you would like to take a trade here, looks like it was already a break and retest, like a small one, but it's not a good it's not a good zone. It's too weak, I think. I think it's too weak. I'd rather skip it.
If you want to buy on that zone, then you need it to come back in the zone, have a breakout that's basically a break-in into that zone. So you would need a decent push back into back above that 87770 range. But even then, you could draw another resistance right above that. So I'm not sure this is the best resistance support to test.
It is moving very slow. It is. We're having some slow movements.
Someone was asking in the chat, what's the best pair to do back testing for the break and retest?
Best pair? GJ, of course. GJ is the best pair to do back testing. It moves from a zone to zone and it's pretty good. GJ is the best to trade also when it gives you a chance.
I've been looking at your stats about this actually.
So, what are the stats?
The stats are, hold on, let me get back to it.
Have you checked all the trades or just some of them?
It's written down or on the copier.
Oh, from the copier.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the copier. I don't know. On the copier, I think we traded GBP pairs mostly.
Oh, this is only showing me from when I entered.
See on the copy. GU, GCAD, let me see, period of time, all history.
So GJ, you have a 56% win rate. And on another pair such as gold, you have an 88% win rate. And GU is a 72% win rate. And a 60 on others. Well, I'll just share the page with you so you can just show people if you want. I sent the link in the chat so you can see the so if you go to 2020 and you scroll down, you can see all the the trades.
Is this the one? Or
Yeah,
no?
that's the one, but I think that's this year, not you gotta do all, yeah.
Oh, all. So, GBP JPY, 56% win rate. GU 71, EJ 69, gold 87. Nice. Let's go back trading gold, guys.
Exactly. That's why we're gonna simulate gold. No more GJ
Here,
simulation.
cat. But the thing is, the stats are not good. Because let's say I'd taken 2 or 3 positions in a trade, then maybe I took in a trade only 1 position, and it depends. So it's not exactly like that. But anyway, it's still good. We might start to trade gold, who knows? But I'm gonna see. I just wanna trade gold when there's gonna be, like yesterday we had a very good chance actually, but I said okay, let's skip it. If I start to trade gold, people is gonna go crazy and trade gold even more. I can't risk that because
It's gonna open Pandora's box.
Yeah, it's gonna open some big doors and people. Because
People are gonna run through that door that you open.
I've been saying don't trade gold, and if I start, then people are already trading it. But now they're gonna use a bigger risk maybe when I start to trade gold too. So it's a bit risky.
Otherwise, just take it on the copier and don't tell them more.
Telling people don't trade gold, but secretly making a lot of money in gold.
There's gonna be a YouTube video in a year of fraud. He's been trading
This
gold this whole
mentor
time.
says he doesn't trade gold, but he's making plenty of money on it, and he's not telling us. It's not fair. Ash, what do you have there?
For GA, the zone wasn't very good. It wasn't a very defined zone.
EJ, I don't know, to be honest. EJ, it's gonna be a little tricky. We'll see. We'll see what happens, because there's too many zones in between. Like you don't know which one is gonna be the one that's gonna reject. I checked GA and I don't really see anything there because there's not much history. We gotta wait for some more consolidation. Let's see, we have 4 minutes left. We'll see how candles will close, and then we'll make a decision if we can take a trade or not. EJ is coming to this resistance right now. It's pretty close. Probably next candle is going to push straight to that. I think this was a trade. I don't even know what I did. Why didn't I take a trade here? Because I know that I said, I can hear myself saying that price can reject from this level because we broke above this too. I said might be a chance it comes to 60, but should be a big pullback. Now I don't know. This was a pretty good trade, pretty good setup. Or maybe we were on GU, so we didn't have the attention to EJ. That could be it. Is the trade copier open to publish? Yes, it is. You have the link on description.
There's also the question if you can grow a $5 account, and you can, but it would take a lot of patience, and because you're aiming for like, you should aim for like maximum like almost 1% a day. So you have to think whether you would be willing to take the time to go for 1% a day. And when you also have that little amount of capital, it's tough to manage risk, because you can't take the lot sizes in order to like, basically if you can only take a 0.01 lot, you can't really manage risk, and you can't really get out half and stuff like that. So it becomes complicated in that sense as well. It would be better to save some money, and also if you're saving so much, or if you're saving enough to have $5, maybe it's better to focus obviously on real life and on other things, and in order to make consistent profit in another way, instead of making 5 cents a day potentially here.
Will you guys make some good experience? We'll get back trading gold. When you guys make some good accounts,
when we have the
why
money
not?
to blow, we'll go back to gold.
Yeah, when we have money to blow, not to blow, when you have enough money to afford trading gold, because gold can sometimes be a bit tricky, and can't use small stop losses on gold. Gold is not for 10 pip and 15 pip stop losses. Gold needs bigger stop losses. So when we come to that point, you guys have some big accounts. I'm gonna go back to gold and take some nice trades, because sometimes it gives some nice setups. GU is pushing, but it's gonna be below this. I think I'm gonna skip it. See GJ, because GJ made a whole pullback to the upside, came above the two previous candles. It's a mess on the left. I think we got this small range to fill here. The 1 hour might make a pullback here. If it does, where can we enter? Where can we enter on GJ? Because this could be a very nice continuation to the upside if it does a small pullback. Let's see, let's wait.
For EN, by the way, it's just dropping, but there's not enough history for us to look at it. I know somebody asked in the chat a couple times, but
no, this was good. I see. There was a lot of projections there, but didn't have a proper retest. I like to take GJ if it makes a small pullback. On the left, it's not that clear, but I think, yeah, it's already going. It's not gonna give us a chance. No pull. When it comes now, that's not the trade anymore. Because we want to catch that first push, right? And it pushed straight away. So, ooh, catch JPY. This is nice 4-hour breakout, but it's right at this other resistance. But it's annoying. We have these candles, it closed above and above this. Then you have this. So what's the best here? You know, the best is to take it here. take it at 180, 200 level, and we can go all the way to this next zone. I think that would be the
For those
best
of you
option.
who are new to the stream, you always have to wait for Sayad's second phrase because it always starts positive, like, "Oh, it looks amazing," and then there's always a "but."
Yeah. But look left.
Exactly. You get hyped for a second, and it's like, "But there's a huge resistance over here, so we're not going to be taking it."
Yeah, it's gonna take some time until it comes there.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, B. Or should I call you on the name?
Oh no, B is my name.
Did you change it on YouTube?
I'm not on YouTube. I was never on YouTube.
Man, look at you. Whole push to the upside.
Yeah,
We have the 4 hour closest too, but look at the 4 hour.
think
Shooty breakout.
what we can learn today is the stop loss. Otherwise, it would be a pretty good trade, and the strategy worked out as well from the zone that you marked before. I'm just waiting for the great days where we had really good setups. Right now, I think because it's the beginning, everything is setting up and stuff, and it's pretty annoying. But yeah, this is the strategy how we pass the challenge. So this will be the strategy how we pass the verification as well, right? It makes no sense to change it or to have dubs or anything like that. And if it's not the strategy this time, it will be the strategy next time. So there's nothing like stopping. I told it already in the chat. I wasn't pretty much or a lot of groups, and I can tell you a lot of them are just talking, not doing anything, not having a real community. Yeah, not if someone is not doing it live and just sends you after, like later, some pictures or sending you signals without even a stop loss, bro, don't trust this, guys. I'm telling you.
No stop loss, no TP. It's going up, guys. Just trust.
It might go 100 pips and draw down, but don't worry, it's gonna come back soon. Gold looks good, Dan. Gold looks good as a 4 hour breakout. Like there's no top wick. If you get the pullback before making a new high, that would be nice. It would have a nice rejection when it comes. We'll see. I might take a gold trade today. You never know what's gonna happen.
It's a new year.
New year, new me. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna have to go now. Unfortunately, I have some things to do today. I might not be very active because I'll be driving, but I'll answer your questions. While I'm driving, my assistant reads the messages.
I was about to say, gotta advocate for safe driving here.
The car, when I drive, my car reads the messages, but it doesn't let me reply. I don't know what's the reason. Like, you're reading them, let me reply at least with voice. But it says, no, you can't. You're driving. Be careful.
Or you need to invest in a Tesla so it can drive itself, and then it's all done.
Okay, so thank you all. Have a nice day, and see you tomorrow.
Sounds good. See everyone tomorrow.
For some, for you guys, see you on the group. We'll keep in touch. Until the next trade, have a nice day. You can't trade. You sound like a nerd who plays Minecraft. Ooh, Pikachu, thank you, man. I can't trade. You caught me.
I don't even know if he's talking, who he's talking to, but anyway.
He looks like he's talking to me. But yeah, anyway, wish you luck. By the way, I don't play Minecraft. I don't like it at all. See you for now.
And Travis, you can check the links. There's links in the description about joining the group or about joining the cop here.
Go to breakandretest.com. You have everything there. See you.